going to go ahead and call this meeting to order. It's the Planning and Zoning Commission regular meeting for today is June 12, 2024. Roll call, please.
Zamora.
Here.
Harmon. Boutros.
Here.
Larson.
Here.
Whitbeck.
Here.
All right, we do have a quorum. So we will move on with the agenda. Are there any conflict of interest declarations?
No.
From any of the commissioners?
No.
Okay, none noted. There are no special presentations, so that moves us to item 5 of our agenda, which is the consent calendar. So I would entertain a motion to approve these, or certainly to address them if needed.
So moved.
Second.
There was a motion from Commissioner Larson to approve the consent agenda, and a second for Commissioner Whitbeck. Any discussion?
No.
Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Aye.
All right, that passes. Sheesh, it has been a few weeks. I'm rusty here. All right, so that moves us to the opening statement. So this is the regularly scheduled meeting for the Caldwell Planning and Zoning Commission. We serve both in a decision-making capacity and an advisory capacity to the mayor and city council. There are 2 types of public hearings that the commission conducts. The first is a legislative hearing whereby we formulate recommendations of certain land use requests. Our recommendations are then forwarded on to the city council, who makes decisions on legislative matters. The second type of hearing is quasi-judicial hearing, which involves the consideration of a land use request such as an annexation, rezone classification, or approval of a subdivision preliminary plat. The public hearing procedures as required by Idaho Code are as follows. Oral and written testimony will be accepted by those who have signed in to speak prior to the hearing being declared open. When providing testimony, please come to the podium and state your name and address, which will be included in the record. Staff will first present a report regarding the application being considered, followed by public testimony. The applicant or the applicant's representative will present a summary of the request for no longer than 10 minutes. Testimony of those in support will be taken, followed by those in neutral position, and finally those in opposition to the request, limited to no more than 5 minutes. The applicant then will be offered the opportunity to provide rebuttal testimony. After the rebuttal testimony is given, the public testimony portion of the public hearing will be closed, and no new oral or written testimony will be allowed. And so with that, we will move on. There's no old business, so we'll move to our lone new business item. Action item, so I'll open this hearing, this public hearing, which is case number ANN 24-4. Did we decide we don't have to read all the narrative, just the numbers? Correct. Okay. All right. So with that, staff report, please.
All right. Thank you, Commissioners. Alex Jones, planner at 205 South 6th Avenue. Today before you use the ANN 2404. Next slide, please. For subject site location, this is a 0.48 acre parcel on to the east of the Kimball and Marvin Street intersection. Staff would like to make a clarification. There was a slight modification to the staff report that you all should have received, but the public has not. Under the jurisdiction in the original staff report, it said this was in the city of Caldwell. That has been corrected to that this is in the county, in the city of Caldwell impact area. Continuing on, for conditions surrounding the subject site, the site is surrounded by single-family residential on all sides. For the applicant request, the applicant is requesting to annex the 0.48 acre parcel into the city with a R1 low-density residential zoning designation. For zoning and land use analysis, the parcel is currently county to be zoned R1 low-density residential. It is surrounded by county to the north, east, and west, and has the touch to the south. For a comprehensive plan analysis, this is proposed for low-density residential along with all the parcels surrounding it. For public hearing notifications, we sent out the PAM but received no notifications from any agencies or public. And staff recommends that if the Planning and Zoning Commission recommends approval, the request is subject to the conditions found in the FCO. I stand for questions.
Thank you. And just a reminder to commissioners, we will have the applicant present first, and then we'll follow up with all of our questions to all of the parties. So with that, I would ask the applicant to come on up. Pedro, are you Pedro? Okay, are you speaking on, as his representative? Okay, go ahead and say your name and address into the record.
My name is Elias Arredondo, son of the applicant, 24423 Caldwell Court, North Idaho, 8666.
Thank you. Go ahead.
I don't know that the mic is on. Can you
Oh,
please
will you push the button?
clarify it's on First, there you go.
Thank
Can you
you.
repeat
Could
that?
you- Yeah, could you just repeat the address?
So address is 24423 Catalpa Court in Notice, Idaho, 83656.
Thank you. All right, go ahead.
I agree with staff.
All right. So with that, those are the testimony. Nobody has signed up in, beyond Elias. So are there, from commissioners, are there any questions for the applicant's representative or for staff?
Yeah, I just have one question.
Yes,
The
Commissioner Larson.
Yeah, thank you. The square was bigger in our pamphlet and covered the road. This one doesn't look like it covers the road. Is that on purpose, or I just wanted clarification on that? I don't think it's a big deal. I just wanted clarification.
I would believe that was just to cover the half section of the road. As compared to this one, I only went to where the parcel boundaries are. When we annex, we do clean up that to make sure the road actually gets annexed as well.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Other commissioners? Commissioner Boutros, I know you're virtual. Any questions or comments?
So I did review the package. I did make one comment back to staff. I have no further questions for any the applicant or staff.
Okay, thank you. Commissioner Whitbeck?
I've looked at the property, drove by it. I don't have any question.
Okay. Yeah, it looked pretty straightforward to me, and I don't have any particular questions, so with that, thank you. And I would entertain a motion to close public testimony.
Yeah, I'll make a motion.
Commissioner Larson makes the motion,
For case number ANN 24 dash,
which is a closed public testimony. So,
oh, yeah.
so that was a motion to close public testimony?
Yep, so
Second
moved.
for Commissioner Whitbeck. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Any opposed? I think that was everyone. All right, so now it's time for us to dialogue as a commission.
I'm willing to make a motion if the rest of the commission's good.
Yeah, I don't particularly have any
Okay.
additional comments.
I'll make a motion for case number ANN 24-04, based upon the testimony and evidence and record in this matter and upon the finding of facts and conclusions of law set forth herein, do by determine and move as follow. The request for annexation of 119 Marvin Street with a zoning designation of R1 low-density residential is recommended for approval, subject to the conditions of approval as presented or amended.
Thank you. That was a motion from Commissioner Larson. Is there a second?
I would second.
Second for Commissioner Whitbeck. Roll call, please.
Larson.
Yes.
Whitbeck.
Yes.
Zamora.
Yes. And Boutros?
And Boutros, sorry.
Yes.
All right, that motion carries. And with that, I would entertain a motion to close this public hearing.
So moved.
That's Commissioner Larson.
Second.
Second for Commissioner Whitbeck. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, and with that, it gets us to the end of our agenda, and I will